Here at Be Freaking Awesome, we believe that life is too short to be anything less than extraordinary. Join us as we explore what it means to live authentically, grow continuously, and have a blast while doing it. Let's get started.
Welcome, everyone, to today's episode of Be Freaking Awesome. Happy September! I love September. It is like the beginning of a new season. Our brain and our body is completely ready for something new. And I think this is the time of year that we should set New Year's resolutions. Now, those of you that have been listening to the podcast for a while, then you've heard this multiple times. And we are still waiting any day now for Sammy to be back on the podcast. But I wanted to share with you a few things that I've been thinking about. Number one, I want to celebrate because for whatever reason, I don't know why this is, but both of my books were published in August. So in August of 2017, I published Be Freaking Awesome. This is my desk copy, so it says edits. So that means the next time I print, then I am going to do some edits. That's right. 8 years later, I still find things from time to time. That means that for 8 years, over 700 or 800 people that I know of have read this book, that have bought the print copy. Well, okay, they have the book. Maybe they haven't read the whole thing. Have gotten value from this. They may have downloaded the ebook, and there are things that I still change. Now, at this point, I'm probably hanging on to those until we're talking already about a 10-year anniversary and maybe a second edition of that. But anyway, in August of 2017, right before the eclipse that happened in 2017, I published Be Freaking Awesome. You've probably heard the story, unless you're new to the podcast, that I instantly started. Well, I had panic attacks throughout the whole printing, promoting process. So I didn't do as much with that. Okay, wait. I also want to say that you know what the most common thing I get from people, I don't know if you can see, but the most common thing I get from people is that I actually look younger now than I did in this picture, and that they can't believe that. I don't know if that's really true. I definitely got a few more laugh lines. The second thing is that in 2023, I published Traveling Light. Woo! Have the gear. I wish I had the in Zoom, you can do the celebration icons. And so I didn't mean to do that, as a matter of fact, but it was an opportunity for me to launch the book, probably going into, because I know that as we go into the fall, it's a great opportunity for when people book people for their speaking. There's a lot of conferences that happen in the fall. And so here's the thing about when I published Traveling Light is that I was early in the process, and I had started to feel better about some of the things that I had written about. And I was starting to see some improvements in my relationships, and there was the voices in my head were much quieter. But I published it as a rookie on purpose, because I think oftentimes those people that have been doing somatic processing and feeling your feelings in your body for a long, long time forget what it feels like. And so I did it on purpose. I wrote it when it was still like fresh and new. And I thought it would take a year. It ended up taking 2 years. That's because I was learning so much during that process. And what I can tell you 2 years later is this stuff actually works. Like, when it says free yourself from the crap in your head, I have seen such amazing differences in my resilience, in my ability to navigate difficult situations. Is it perfect? Heck to the no. Those people that work with me on a day-to-day basis are like, woo, she's still on her journey. That is absolutely true, that I am still on my journey. But what I am here to tell you is that my ability and my capacity to manage and work my way through those, to be able to take time and work with the voices in my head, feel what's happening in my body in a more complete way, is dramatically increased. And So if you've ever thought about buying the book, highly, highly, highly recommend doing it. One of the other things I want to talk about is that in the book, I identify 7 core beliefs. And those 7 core beliefs are everything from I am enough, I have what it takes, I trust myself, I am valuable, I am worthy, I am lovable, and I belong. Those are the 7. I have become really, really good at hearing people talk and realizing what beliefs are helping them. And we had an episode where we talked about this, but I just want to hammer it home in case you missed that one. But one of the things that I believe and I see and I've witnessed and I've experienced and I believe wholeheartedly is that when we have those negative beliefs, the beliefs that I'm not enough, I don't have what it takes, I don't belong, we are and we're trying to overcome that and we're trying to prove those aren't true. We are operating looking backward. We are operating from the past. We're trying to outrun those beliefs. We're trying to push ourselves past. And when we can resolve those to a great degree, and when we can pull out the roots of those weeds, and we really begin to embed in a new programming, a new operating system, new plans to develop new roots, we begin to reach forward. And it is an opportunity for us to move in the direction of what we are looking for instead of what we are running away from. Are you moving towards something or are you running away from something? And when we say things like, oh, well, I'm going to prove, or that I'm going to show them. And sometimes we don't say it and it's even more subtle. We are operating from those negative beliefs. And I believe a lower version of ourselves. And when we raise our consciousness, when we raise that higher level and we can operate from a place that we are secure, I am enough, and I'm always getting better. I have what it takes, and I'm always learning and growing. I trust myself, and I'm going to become more and more trustworthy. Like there's an element of like it's okay to believe the best about yourself today and know that 1 foot tomorrow is even growing. It changes how we talk, it changes how we interact with others, it changes how we hear things. Literally have had someone that said, "This is what you said." And I'm like, because right now I have a lot on my plate. So I have Otter running a lot of the time. Otter is my little transcription assistant. I consider it my ADHD additional device that is needed to help me accommodate my ADHD. But I will literally be able to pull up and replay what I said, and people have heard something completely different because those beliefs create a filter that we hear things differently. I have even said, like, wow, I know if somebody would have said that to me, if that person would have said that to me 4 years ago, this is what I would have heard. This is what I would have translated. This is how I would have thought that what they were saying. And so I just want to take this moment as we begin September and we begin the fall and you think, oh, what's new? If you haven't read Traveling Light, please pick it up. It's on Audible, and this is not just a sales because I want you to experience the freedom, and I want you to know the joy that is to be able to travel light and have freedom from the crap in your head. You know, that's why we do all the things we do, like the Be Freaking Awesome podcast. We have Dare to Age Well now, write books, we do coaching, because The goal and the dream and the hope is that we are making an impact, we are doing fun and interesting work, and having a well-rounded life. We talked about that back in January, and as we roll into this final segment of the year, it is what drives so much of what we are doing. So I hope that you take an opportunity, take an inventory. 2025, we got 4 months left. What do you still want to accomplish? What new habits do you want to start doing? What old habits do you want to stop doing? And what good habits do you want to keep doing? Until next time, I hope you go be freaking awesome.